So today I'm doing a lot of, secondary lot of Masters of the Universe stuff. And yeah, what you see here, it's some Revelations designs and some are New Eternia designs. But I do like this Masterverse series where they're basically in a 6-inch scale. I think these pieces look really, really nice. So I got to give it up to Mattel for these. Again, I think they did a very, very nice job on them. We're going to break down each of them. We have the Sorceress, we have Stinkor, we have Fisto, we have Too Bad, and we have Roboto. And Roboto couldn't fit on the turntable here. But I'm going to get into each one of these figures. And yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this. Again, I am kind of a big fan of what they had done with these, because it's a lot of classic designs and some have like a slightly more modern take to them, but it's not enough to, detract from what these characters are. And yeah, I dig them. So we'll start off with the Sorceress. Her packaging is fantastic. Whoever did the artwork on this box, great job. Really, really killer piece. So hell yeah, these guys did good for them. I'm not going to show every little accessory, but I will do my best to show off the figure properly and articulation. She comes with alternate hands and the staff. So I think that's really nice. Good stuff here. These are the other figures that are in the line. Again, all I have is the Sorceress. I would like to get Manny faces, but that's if I happen to see them in a store. But yeah, again, they did a very, very nice job. The packaging is really cool. And yeah, she looks pretty awesome. So first impressions, taking her out of the box. Very, very nice. I've seen people do a custom kind of work on her, specifically on the skirt, to make it look a little bit more like the classic design. And yeah, some of them look really great. So I might eventually do that. But this figure, I'd give her about maybe a 9 out of 10. I think they could have done a better job with the actual cape part. I don't like that it's kind of like the material's okay for what it is. Kind of feels more like an 80s figure, but the stitching work is terrible from the orange to the blue. I think it should have been stitched on to the blue completely extended. The elastic parts are kind of okay. Like, you could take off that whole piece if you want. Pop off her head, take off the orange part on her shoulders, and then you could take the cape off. Or leave her as is. It's up to you, but yeah, it all kind of depends. But the details are very nice on this. Yeah, like I said, I just, the only downfall would be kind of that cape part. But on the shelf it looks pretty good, not too bad. The sculpt work is beautiful on that. The head is fantastic. We'll put the staff down and I'll show you some articulation. Head goes side to side. A little bit of movement side, well, like that kind of motion. Doesn't really go up and down, again, because of the headpiece. Shoulders slightly limited, but there is a ball joint. It has full motion, full range of motion if you take that off, the orange part. A double hinge for the elbow, swivel for the wrist with the hinge. Beautiful diaphragm cut, so that get that kind of hula hoop action going. So they did a very nice job with that. She has waist rotation as well, so it's under the skirt. I mean, it's like by the hips anyway. There is a little bit of limitation with the splits because of the skirt. Upper thigh rotation, the double hinge for the knee looks really nice. She does have articulation by the boot, so that's pretty good. That shin kind of joint. She does have hinge and swivel for the foot as well, the ankle. That ankle rocker. They did a very nice job with that. Next up, we have Roboto, and he comes with these two translucent kind of like energy swords. It's like translucent orange plastic, which is really cool. He does have alternate hands. He has that alternate kind of forearm piece as well. It's basically his blaster, which is really nice. But during this review, I'm just going to show you the piece with that kind of forearm blaster thing. Not every little bit, but Again, because I'm doing 5 figures all at once here, so I want to make sure you guys get a pretty good look at the figures themselves and the details. Again, accessories, kind of standard stuff. But again, pretty cool. I am liking what they're doing with this stuff. His design, I think, looks really great. It is an updated look from the original, cartoon, but I like it. The way that they did it works pretty cool. The only limitation is like the original, when you turn his waist, you could see the gears moving in his chest. Over here, they just did it translucent. So a little bit cheaper on that aspect, but he still looks really, really good. So, yeah, he doesn't stand all that great on the rotating base. That's why I gave him a little stand so he doesn't topple over. But yeah, I think the design is great. Details are fantastic. Paint applications are very, very clean. Yeah, he's a cool looking figure all around. So again, I like what they did there. Here's a better look. And since they didn't do any kind of articulation in the chest part, they did make sure that they had extra different pieces, painted pieces in there, so you could see kind of what's going on, which again, it's nice. His visor thing does go up and down, so to mimic speech, which is kind of cool. But yeah, all around, good details, and I like the paint that they have. Some of it's like a little bit metallic. Head articulation, pretty damn good. It's a ball joint. He's got, again, like I said, that jaw piece that goes up and down. His arm goes all the way around. Rotation at the upper bicep. He has double hinge for the elbow on both sides. The cannon thing does rotate as well. He's got a hinge and swivel for the wrist. You could have him with both normal hands as well. That's up to you. The waist does turn. Splits pretty good. Almost full Van Dam's. Upper thigh rotation. He has double hinge for the knee. Kind of big party looking boots because of the knee pads. But he does have articulation by the calf there. And he has hinge and swivel for the ankle and foot, which is excellent. Next up, we have Too Bad. This is a new Eternia design, so I do not think he was in the Netflix cartoon whatsoever. But he's very, very classic look from the original toy line. They did add like a couple of extra little pieces here and there because I do not remember him with a blaster. But for what they have here, I think he looks really good. Packaging is nice. He's a bit of a deluxe figure. Sometimes they do have these things on clearance or on sale, so you can keep an eye out for those type of things. But this one ranges closer to 30 something bucks. I can't remember the exact number. The other figures are about like $21.99, something like that. Again, depending where you are in the States, but I think they did a very nice job with the packaging on this. He looks really cool, but yeah, we'll break it all down. The colors are very bright and vibrant. So yeah, he's a cool piece. Yeah, as a kid, this was one of my favorite figures. Even though he kind of had that gimmick where you move the arms back and forth and it looks like he punches himself in the face. Kind of funny. But no, there are no spring-loaded things on here. It's just, a very cool looking figure. He does tower over the rest of them. He's maybe about 7.5 inches tall, I think. Something around there, maybe a little bit bigger. But yeah, I think the details are great. I love how everything on him is basically a completely different design. Like they took 2 different characters and just smashed them together. And then they held it together by like the chest piece and, his fur loincloth thing. But again, the details are really good. The scales that they did. Again, the shield looks good. It's all solid. Same with the axe. But even the axe is like, split down the middle sort of too. 2 slightly different designs, which is very nice. It comes with that mace thing. Very cool. Again, the colors on the molded plastic look good. Even the belt, like the designs that they put on either side of that belt are different. Like very cool. I dig what they did. So we'll cover some articulation. The head articulation, not too bad. It's kind of like a slight angle as well, so depending on how you turn it. Up and down is excellent. Same with the other head. Side to side. Good stuff there. Arm goes all the way around. Bicep rotation or bicep cut. Double hinge for the elbow. He's got wrist articulation with the hinge. He does have the upper diaphragm cut. It's okay. It's not the best, but not too bad for what it is. He does have waist rotation as well. I'll be taking this off in a little bit to show you, but yeah, you could remove that belt, and you could remove the other part. He does have this kind of swivel piece on the back. The mace doesn't really fit. You might, if you heat it up, you could probably get it in there, but I think it's for the axe. So if you want to store that back there, you could. Again, upper thigh rotation, double hinge for the knee, boot cut. So he's got a lot of good articulation here for a big figure. He does have the hinge and swivel for the ankle as well. Both sides exactly the same. So good stuff there. You might want to heat up the ankle when you move it. Mine was kind of stiff. Just be very mindful with some of these things, because we know how Mattel and a lot of these companies are. But yeah, I dig what they did. The colors, like I said, match the original. I'll take off this piece. And yeah, you can see you can get the classic look as well, where it's just like that red kind of underbelt thing. You could put that pistol in his hand. I believe he does have alternate hands as well. And he comes with one other mace. So you could have him either with a closed fist, or you could have him with those gripping hands. So one set of each. So that's good stuff. You could remove this piece as well. And if you want, you could remove that chest piece. I was going to do it, but it's very snug in there, and I might as well just leave it on, because it's like molded to the chest. Well, you could remove it, but the way that it's cut, so it's not super loose or nothing. Next figure up is Fisto. My friend, the Place to Be Reviews, ETEP, he picked this one up for me, and Stinkor. And yeah, he got them for like dirt cheap. I made a short on that one. I believe they were like $7.99 in a bodega that he goes to. So I was like, "You want these?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take them." So pretty damn cool. And yeah, we'll be breaking into this dude, but I think the details are great. Head is fantastic on this one. Paint applications, very, very nice. He is a cool looking figure. He does have an alternate hand and a sword. I'll show you the sword in a little bit, but I think the details are really great on this. So articulation wise, head has a good range of motion in there. Arms go all the way around. Upper bicep cut. Double hinge for the elbow. He does have rotation for that fist. It would have been nice if it was a ball joint, but it's not. Arm goes all the way around. Double hinge elbow. Your kind of swivel deal there with the hinge for the wrist. Here is the sword. Again, you could swap out hands. It's a standard hand. If you have other Masters of the Universe figures, like He-Man or something, you could change his hand, no problem. He does have that good rotation for the upper diaphragm. Legs do pretty good range. Upper thigh. Double hinge for the knee. Boot cut. Ankle is excellent, same like all the other figures in this wave. So good pivot and swivel stuff going on there. And you could take off this chest piece. It is soft. It's not like the original figures. Those are hard plastic. But these are more of like a softer material. And you could pop them off. So if you want to see what it looks like underneath. It looks like it's that standard He-Man chest from the original Netflix wave. That's what most of the body kind of looks like. Obviously, the right forearm is completely different, but all in all, like the original figures, they kind of reuse certain designs and bodies and, pieces like that. Here we have the Stinkor I was talking about. Yeah, this is another really cool piece. I remember as a kid, this thing had an odor to him. This one does not. It's just your regular crappy plastic smell. But all in all, still a very cool looking figure. He wasn't something I was really looking to get, but you know, for $7.99, yeah, that's a steal. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get it. And yeah, so thanks again, ETEP, for that. But yeah, we'll break into it. He does have two different heads, and his I think the design looks good. The canisters on his back, that's different from the original design. Again, this one's more based off of the Netflix cartoon. But again, very classic look. The other eyes, they don't have that kind of like eyelids. It's just like wide-eyed, and the mouth is slightly different. That's the only real difference. But yeah, you could take off that mouthpiece. So if you just want to see what he looks like without it, or get more of a classic look. He does come with that blue shield like the original figure had. So that's pretty cool as well. No other weapon though. So head articulation, not too bad. Again, you could pop it off, and I'll show you that in a minute. Arm goes all the way around, bicep cut, double hinge for the elbow. You have your standard swivel, and hinge thing going on for the wrist. He does have the upper diaphragm cut, so you get that hula hoop action plus waist. You have the Van Damme splits, upper thigh rotation, double hinge for the knee, your standard boot cut as well, and you have your swivel and hinge for the ankle rocker thing going on with the feet. So again, all in all, very nice. I'll pop the head off, and I'll show you that you could actually take off the orange piece as well. That's also a softer kind of plastic material. So if you want to see what he looks like there, or if you're into making custom figures, I'm sure you could pop the head off and use the body and do something else with it. But yeah, all in all, very nice job. It looks like just like a furry version of that He-Man body, like the chest piece. The shoulders are obviously way bigger, but yeah, it looks really good. So here's the set all together. Again, this is well, not the set, but the different waves. And yeah, I do dig them. I think they look pretty damn sweet. So if you're looking for them, go out and grab them. This definitely gets a thumbs up. So if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, you like this kind of scale in this line, keep supporting it. Thank you for watching this video. We'll have more cool content coming at you soon. More live streams about figures, comics, and just a bunch of different fun stuff. So thank you again. Hi, for anyone looking for some amazing comic books, this is part of my collection. I am the artist and creator of Shadow of the Kraken. This is a beautiful pirate story, 52 pages, beautiful artwork. Yeah, everything you need out of a great pirate story, you're right here. We have City of Venus. It's a futuristic story, also another one that I totally created. Beautiful. If you love kind of post-apocalyptic worlds, beautiful women, sci-fi, action, this has a little bit of everything in it. So if you're looking for that, on that campaign, you could also get, for a limited time, volume 1 and 2 of my art books. These are loaded with amazing images, 52 pages each. Yeah, they got pretty much everything you need in there. And we have, of course, hardcover book. This is Through the Woods, co-created and written by Frankie Tartamella, my brother. And yeah, I did all the artwork. This is 100 pages. You get the entire story in here, beginning, middle, end. You get all of it, and it is truly amazing. So if you're looking for a great ghost story, this is definitely the book for you. Just click the link in the descriptions, and yeah, these books ship immediately.